Kanye West has given a reaction to the allegations made by Kim Kardashian on her unscripted television show. During the show, she talked about Kanye charging that she was engaged with unfaithfulness with Drake and raised the troubling occurrence from their past known as the Miserable State episode, which adversely affected her life. Kanye communicated his failure in Kim for offering this data to the media, especially considering she is a mother to four biracial youngsters. Kardashian loathes Bianca Cesare now. I don't see Kim Kardashian pulling a Kanye West and pestering Kanye's whoever as he did to B. Davidson. No doubt, definitely. I mean, let me reward. That are you miserable that you're as of now not along with your separation, ha ha ha. We'll continuously be together. He likewise referenced seeing bulletins from J.P. Morgan Pursue, yet guaranteed everybody that he stays unaffected by any endeavors to hurt him. Besides, he tended to the story of him being depicted as deranged, expressing that it has proactively been controlled through a dark mirror impact. He additionally deplored the way that his family has been detracted from him, and they have been isolated in one of the episodes of their most recent season. Kim Kardashian examined different cases and episodes, including her ex Kanye West, during a discussion with her mom, Kris Jenner. Kim referenced that Kanye had caused her huge, profound pain by openly blaming her for disloyalty. With Drake, she likewise uncovered that she had been confronting media examination, as she was depicted as a single parent who frequently battles sincerely. The episode shows screen captures of news stories highlighting spilled messages connected with the circumstance regardless of Kanye's various preposterous assertions about them. Kim underscored that she had decided not to draw it in or answer freely. She communicated her dissatisfaction with the manufactured accounts he had made and what it had meant for her. Kim admitted that she had an uncertain outlook on messaging Kanye, expecting that whatever she said could be released internet-based. The circumstance left her inclination uncomfortable and uncertain of how to continue. She communicated a craving to limit any association with this continuous account and pondered when it would at last reach a conclusion. Understanding that it may in all likelihood never really stop, while mournfully making sense of the circumstance, Kim Kardashian asserted that Kanye West was answerable for restoring the sex tape occurrence, dismissing the potential effect it could have on their kids if they somehow managed to find it. She communicated her dissatisfaction with how Kanye continually deprecates her for her past tapes, bringing it up in discussions and through media inclusion. Kim felt that these activities just help individuals to remember her past, adding to the continuous disturbance brought about by Kanye. She accepted that the drawn-out repercussions on their kids would be undeniably more harming than any adverse results from the actual tape. What is going on profoundly disheartened Kim, particularly while considering the weight her mom, Kris Jenner, needed to bear in managing numerous difficulties from different sides. Furthermore, Kim blamed Kanye for damaging her mom and the whole family by freely blaming Kris Jenner for coordinating the supposed grabbing of their kids. She continued to specify occasions where she would go out with the children in the vehicle, and they would play music boisterously, professing to live it up together. Anyway, deep down, she felt a feeling of gloom. Kim suggested specific claims and reactions focused on her and her family, proposing that these cases were purposely created to produce compassion toward herself and her significant other, Kanye West. As per these reports, the pessimistic responses from fans started following the arrival of the trailer for their forthcoming unscripted television show on Hulu. It is said that the show's viewership has declined as far as numbers, as well as in the general gathering with fans, communicating that they never again find them pleasant to watch. They are considered as lacking appeal. Moreover, a specialist in the U.S. has guaranteed that Kim Kardashian's conduct in the new time of the show looks like that of an ineffectively focused kid, and her sisters are seen simply as appealing side characters. The master continued to share his perceptions about the new time of the show, which debuted on May 25th. he communicated his
conviction.
Kardashian-Jenner relatives appeared to be eclipsed by Kim's consistently changing mindsets. As though they were just circling around her, a few fans voiced their analysis towards Hulu faulting the organization for permitting the Kardashians to have the last say on what stays and what gets cut from the program. They contended that Hulu's greatest slip-up was conceding the family a lot of command over the substance, bringing about the arrival of all the dramatization on the double and prompting overexposure. These fans likewise noticed that the people who were truly inspired by the Kardashians definitely knew the results of their accounts before the show even broadcasted. Some even drew correlations among Hulu and e-diversion reasoning that the e-amusement rendition of the show was prevalent. One watcher communicated disillusionment, expressing that the ebb and flow rendition of the show is disappointing as the past e-amusement adaptation. They guaranteed that after season 2, the Kardashians turned out to be very Dane. Another remark featured that it's anything but a rivalry among Kim and Kanye to see who can adversely influence their youngsters. More, the analyst reprimanded Kim for habitually captivating an attempt at finger-pointing and for possibly taking advantage of her kids, especially North, by presenting them to the web and chasing after distinction. They contended that this conduct is more harming to society, all in all, than anything Kanye has done. Accordingly, Kanye's allies guarded him by blaming Kim for depicting herself as a casualty on the show explicitly by raising the sex tape episode. Again, they brought up that it is truly Kim who regularly references the sex tape in different occasions. For instance, during her discourse on Saturday Night Live SNL, she poked fun at her absence of film debuts and referenced the sex tape. Also, they scrutinized Kim for recording the whole course of managing the consequence of the sex tape on the unscripted TV drama, which they accepted ought to be a confidential matter. There is worry that one day the kids will go over these chronicled material and understood that Kim was involved as she recorded the whole thing. Moreover, some contend that Kim herself bears liability regarding the presence of these recordings. BMJ, as opposed to Kim's case, that the tape was spilled without her insight, declares that both Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner, her mom, were engaged with purposefully delivering the video to general society in the wake of recording it with him. Subsequently, the hypothesis and contrasting records encompassing the sex tape keep on flowing. BMJ guarantees that Kris Jenner was available during the recording of the recordings and charges that there were 3 unique variants. As per him, Kim Kardashian was completely mindful of the circumstance yet stayed quiet since she understood what she had done. BMJ further expressed that Kris Jenner observed each of the 3 recordings and chose the one with the best lighting, which was then purposefully spilled at last, moving Kim Kardashian into the popularity she appreciates today. He even referenced having marked records, which he introduced as proof, bearing the 2 his and Kim Kardashian's marks. BMJ additionally referred to a collection called Number 2 and inferred that the arrangement was to sell the sex tapes in rundown. BMJ states that the whole sex tape trial was a conscious system organized by Kris Jenner to send off her girl into fame, and it obviously succeeded. The proclamation recommends that Kim Kardashian's readiness to highlight in provocative photograph shoots or post-uncovering pictures could be credited to the way that her family has sex tapes. It raises an episode where Kim asserted that her child holy person nearly found one more affirmed sex tape, alluded to as sex tape number 2, that was probably spilled without her insight anyway, assuming the Kardashians themselves are in control of these tapes. It brings up issues about who spilled them. Fans had blended responses to BMJ's cases, with one communicating dissatisfaction over how BMJ's name has been hauled through the mud for a really long time, possibly for keeping the show running. They recommend that BMJ ought to take his interest to Hulu and have the show dropped. Another fan guessed that on the off chance that BMJ had benefited monetarily from the sex tape, as Kim did, he probably won't be grumbling. They accept BMJ has the privilege to feel a specific way as he has needed to explore the fallout of the circumstance. So that is all from the present video, assuming that you delighted in it. Make sure to leave a like, buy in and ring that chime symbol so you never miss our impending recordings. And remember to share your considerations in the remarks segment. Stay tuned, and we will get you in the following video.